If you see it, it will become private as soon as it's archived. In the days before our future was ours, they needed us as much as we needed a world. This is the nature of Cybertronians. I called in reinforcements, and then we called in the big guns. Would bring peace to another colony. It doesn't matter if the finger that pulls the trigger is flesh or aluminium. He blamed the bullet for what came next. Then the time of chaos began. You have a choice to make. Not everyone gets to make it out of this alive, and you're the one who chooses who does. Because Jinx here betrayed us, and if you're on our side, you'll kill her. I know you love her. I love you, but do what you have to do. You know what you have to do. Don't you, Chuckles? I sure do. The choice is clear. Either I do the job, or I choose love, and maybe I die in the process. Maybe everybody dies if I choose love. So I guess there's no choice, even though you say there is one. No choice at all. You choose love. Like I said, it wasn't any kind of choice at all. Buster, be quiet. Marissa needs us to help sort out some Cybertronian problem at Mount something or other. Woof, woof, woof. But first, I need to get this edit of my movie to J.J. Hackensack. Thundercracker, 2-time film director. Hollywood. What is it, girl? You never bark this much. Is somebody outside? Woof, 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 woof. Buster, good guard dog. Ah. Unicron, the Chaos Bringer, a machine of ultimate retribution. Yep, somebody's outside. Woof, woof. Get your leash, Buster. Looks like we're needed. And then, what happened? Optimus Prime, Autobot leader, Mozi da Tunya, Zambia, Zimbabwe border. You made a choice, and the result is just like when you let the Junkins get away with killing Euler, you don't give a scrap that the Autobots murdered Gimlock. Slide, Devison colonists. The forces at work here, Slide. They are bigger and more ancient than bots like you and I can imagine. And now there's a you and I thought you were some sort of messiah. Now that's it, all blowing up in your faceplate, you're back to being a regular guy again? The people on the ground were too small for Optimus Prime to think about. Worlds are at stake, perhaps the universe. I don't want to diminish your losses. But if we wish to survive, we need to stand together. What happens above very much impacts those of us on the ground. Now, please, Slide, tell me what happened at Mount Rushmore 6 hours ago. Like I said, you made a choice, and that sealed our fate. Why is Unicron just sitting there? Come on, Prowl. Why does Unicron do anything nobody knows? Prowl, renegade robot. Unicron destroyed all the other colonies instantly. Him waiting doesn't make sense. Garnak, lizard guy. Goldbug. Throttlebot. You're a logistician, Plow. Put yourself in Unicron's shoes. Big shoes, I suppose. You know what it's thinking? Star Drive, Cybertronian Soulstar Knight. I lived alone for centuries. Too much of a Soulstar Knight to be Cybertronian, too Cybertronian to really be Soulstar. And far too dirate to be either. Cybertronians don't understand how alone you can be. You run together, seeking comfort in each other's arms. Look at Unicron. That thing knows what being alone is like, knows you can't handle it, so he's doing what I would have done. Giving you time to come together so he can kill everyone at once. You sure you want to be here? Mount Rushmore. You know me, I take my opportunities where I can. Sofia Orozco, journalist. Hey, down, lady. This is a restricted zone. Spike, G.I. Joe agent. Talon, G.I. Joe commander. My colleague is correct, ma'am. Has just been a Cybertronian battle, just as the biggest one that ever appeared in the sky, I know. And just who are you? Another in a long lines opportunist I have dealt with. Another in a long lines opportunists I've had to deal with. Look like she's graduated to full-fledged reporter. Personal feelings about Miss Orozco aside, maybe you humans got as much a right to know what's going on as Cybertronians do. What'd you like to say, Spike? Jazz, Autobot. Fine. But once we figure out what the big guy is, stay out of the way. The action's gonna be intense. Relax. We don't need Unicron to mess ourselves up. You said no one would come pouring out. Told you so, number 2. What's that? Nothing, madam. What's that? Nothing, Madam President. G.I. Joe is on full alert. We're preparing a multi-layered response to Unicron's situation. Marissa Fairborn, Earth Delegate. Scusa me, Marissa. You got a minute? Excuse me, Marissa. You got a minute? I think the media just showed up. Then listen fast, Fireborn, because Unicron didn't come alone. Seems 1.5 billion normal-sized Transformers just set up shop in Africa. You're telling me a tiny magical creature has teleported everyone to Earth? Well, when you put it that way, it sounds unlikely. And we don't know how much of everyone actually made it. It'll take weeks to complete a census. If we don't act, we'll be lucky to have ours. Windblade, Cybertronian. Oh god, okay. You're telling me tiny magical creatures teleported everyone to Earth. Well, when you put it that way, it sounds unlikely. And we don't know how much of everyone actually made it. It'll take weeks to complete the census. If we don't act, we'll be lucky to have ours. Windblade, Cybertronian leader. That's the spirit, Optimus. Inspiring. See how so many heroic Autobots followed you into battle. Starscream, Cybertronian former leader. Hey, RC isn't the only one that can punch you out. Anytime you want to try. Avian, part-time city speaker. Livia, Soulstar Knight. Rom, Soulstar Knight. Metroplex, City. Starscream, don't! RC. Soundwave, Decepticon Eye. Operation Interrupt. What is it? I detect human and Cybertronian chatter coming from a monument in the United States. I assume I would bring this up if it wasn't serious. But not so serious. Africa, now. That you actually came? Slide. The survivors of Cybertrons and all its colonies has escaped Unicron with seconds to spare. My people needed me. So you sent your acolytes? An Elonian in metal suit, a Decepticon and RC, who I hear has some secrets of her own? Gimlet, come back, buddy! Bump, Eukaryan colonist. Gimlet, deceased. Mount Rushmore, 5 hours ago. Skylynx, space dinosaur. What happened here? How did Gimlet die? Things went bad. When even Skylynx gets quiet, you know things are dire. Rom, old buddy, what is that ginormous thing? It calls itself Unicron. That was the threat I left Earth to face. And it destroyed my homeworld. Oh man, I didn't know. Been locked up, haven't been able to catch the news for a while. Then I am afraid I have tragic information for you, my friend. Cybertron has fallen as well. What? All our worlds are no more. Rom speaks the truth. But hang on, Jazz, it gets a whole lot worse. Soundwave explained that the survivors of all Cybertronian colonies were here on Earth. That this was our last stand. And all around the galaxy stars were going out. So where the hell is Optimus Prime? Dad? Flint, G.I. Joe agent. Don't dad me, Marissa. I know you're pals with him, but look at this. They tore each other apart, tore us apart, and now they brought a thing that eats planets? You think they give up? Hey, we got kids here. Slug, I think the protoforms got worse to worry about than coarse language. That's not what I mean. Sludge, Dinobot. Slug, Dinobot leader. Swoop, Dinobot. We got our next generation here getting forged on Earth. So they're Earthlings too, and we don't want nothing happening to their homeworld. Are you kidding me? Slug, you murdered Gimlet. He was just a kid too. Not an ancient war relic like you. Elonia and its children now share this blue-green land as well. Our fates are intertwined. From the dawn of creation to the end, we truly are as one. This is how we must act, Slide. Can the poetic crap meddle him? You don't know the Cybertronians like I do. They destroy and they kill kids, soldiers, friends. It all means nothing to a Transformer. The way you phrase that, human Flint, I can sense something. Who else has died? Ruff, ruff. I'm not about to let you die, Buster. Nobody's dying on my watch. Thanks, mister. Run! Ruff, ruff. You there, big guy. You know what's going on here? Reggie, check this out. It's video from, you made a friend. Maybe you made a couple. Huh. This just appeared on my phone. I don't know if it's just me. Or if it's everybody getting this. The human Gimlet killed Mainframe was his name. It turns out he was a friend of Soundwave's. Oh, the human Gimlet killed Mainframe was his name. It turns out he was a friend of Soundwave's. Mount Rushmore. I didn't realize the degree to which he thought of humans as being like us. Soundwave, please. You hear that? Dear, you know what that sound is? Pain? Loss? Rongo Mongo? Well, maybe. Ramage and Redgar Junkions, but more importantly, it's good optics, positive press for a present that hasn't presented pleasantly. Don't stop recording. For those Junkion scum, Soundwave's emotions were just media fodder. A way of selling the humans on cooperating. Look at us, we feel pain when one of you dies. Africa? Now. Well, it worked. It got them to listen. I can't believe you. You use Soundwave over and over and he takes it. You treat him like you treated Euler and you, and everyone who believes. I know Starscream made a crack about it, but I've always inspired others. I guess you should pity you. You'll never feel that yourself, will you? Never feel the bond I had with Euler. Sometimes feeling isn't enough. But you said it was my choice that set things in motion. As you pointed out, I wasn't there. So, what choice did I make? Jazz? This might be it, Marissa, for whatever it's worth. I'm sorry I brought my friends to your planet way back then. Mount Rushmore, 4 hours ago. No, don't just stand there, human, move! Thanks, Ramage. Why did you jump us around underground? I didn't do it on purpose. I was aiming for moderate density. That's a planet made out of dirt. Most planets are. Well, pardon me for not being as well-traveled as you. It's more those things that attack Scarlet and the rest of the Joes. Open fire. Get back, Dad. Stop. Just stop everything. It's me. These people are the galaxy's last best hope. Prowl? What the hell are you doing here? Last time we saw you, you were staging a coup. First off, that's a really biased description of events. Since then, I stopped a bunch of Titans from... Never mind. I'd have sent a postcard if that's what I was after. The point is, look around. We're all that's left. And if we're going to stop Unicron, we have no choice but to stand united. Africa. Now, it took me until that moment to realize that. It took me until that moment to realize what till all are one means. And that's the choice you made at Mount Rushmore, Optimus. You stood aside, let your proxies act. Because you decided the only way to win was for others to give you what you always wanted. Every living Cybertrugan, every human, every Logan, all following your orders, bringing people together because of shared enemy is literally fascism. Huh? She really got your number, Prime? I suppose so. I was kidding. Not being there, not making a choice is still a choice, Jazz. I am sorry I left you to my mercies of the human. Not being there, not making, is a choice. Not being there, not making a choice, is still a choice, Jazz. I'm sorry I left you to the mercies of the humans. This ain't about me, Prime. This is about them. We fought so long, we didn't notice we got old. Didn't notice we got kids now that need to live in the world we fought to make. Not one we fought and destroyed. I am a relic of the past.
Look who you're talking to. From where I stand, you're barely more than a protoform. Slide wants Slug arrested, and he did kill Gimlick, but this isn't the time for punishing the Dinobots. We have to stand together. Look who you're talking to. From where I stand, you're barely more than a protoform. Slide wants Slug arrested, and he did kill Gimlick, but this isn't the time for punishing the Dinobots. We have to stand together.
Yes, I know. Left to our own devices, we tear ourselves apart. But when we confront the ultimate force of destruction, we still tear ourselves apart. Did I lead us down the wrong path? Was Pyromagna right about me? I don't know. Maybe all we can do is try to love who we can and understand who we can't. But again, look who you're talking to. I don't know that love can save the day.
I guess I've learned one thing in my time being a relic. It's that love can't hurt.
Once upon a time, a tarnished jewel orbited a yellow dwarf star. Our planet had been united ages ago by the 13 primes. Over the millennia, the primes had left us, had become legend. In their place, a new system took over. They called themselves primes, these new leaders of Cybertron. But they weren't legends. They were despots. I am Optimus Prime, and I know in my spark that I am the last. No, the only hope for life to continue. And I always thought that made me different from the other primes.